No, now we are.
So we're on meeting now?
Yes.
Whew, don't you love technical difficulties?
And I still can't see us, by the way.
And we still can't see each other. Don't you love technical difficulties? Welcome to Bucketphoria. We're good. It's looking at us. It definitely is.
Okay.
Welcome to Bucketphoria. Sorry we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are here because we got to be here. This is a basketball podcast presented by the Mafia Sports Report and Sports Dynasty.
I'm sorry. The black screen is really bothering me.
The black screen? Bro, you got to adjust, bro. Because it's showing us. It's showing us for sure. Yeah, like, look, it's showing us.
Hey, man, listen.
It's just normal. Just
whatever.
Lock in. All right, so the question of today's episode was going to be, is this the best trade deadline ever? But I'm pretty sure that it is because, wow.
This trade deadline was literally the definition of it going 0 to 100
real quick.
Seriously, because last Thursday, on our last episode, nothing was really happening.
Not really.
Then, literally the day after, we got the whole, Kyrie demands a trade. And then on Sunday, he gets traded to Dallas.
Right.
And then Wednesday, Westbrook got traded. Then Durant got traded. Then Yagapoto got traded. And then a lot of stuff was happening.
And it seemed like everybody got traded today at the trade deadline. I took a nap because I got to sleep at some point. You know what I'm saying? I wake up. Alex is here. He's like, yo, listen, this happened. A whole bunch of players got traded. So where do we begin, Alex?
Start with Kyrie Irving, because that's the first thing that happened.
Okay.
So Kyrie Irving got traded for Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, a few first-round picks, and they traded Kyrie Irving and Marcus Morris. Now, that's a package of where you would think that you're still trying to build around Kevin Durant.
Correct.
But as y'all all probably know already,
it backfired.
That didn't happen.
So I guess here they were like, okay, Kyrie requests his trade, it's over with Kyrie, and I'm sure they wanted to be over with him as well. So they're thinking, okay, how can we keep KD? And I guess that's the best deal they got, which was not really bad. Like if they were keeping KD, it's not bad at all. They got Finney-Smith, KD got a 3D wing, and they got Dinwiddie. KD still has a shot creator in his team. It's not Kyrie Irving, of course, but it's still something. You know what I'm saying? Then, and the Dallas Mavericks finally gets this star that Luke. I kind of thought his tenure in Dallas, he wouldn't get a player of this magnitude, and he finally did. So let's see what happened on Dallas part. I mean, Luka and Kyrie is gonna be a lot of fun to watch, man.
Luka and Kyrie is gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
We got a little glimpse of what the Mavericks could be with this Kyrie Irving. They looked good last night against the Clippers.
Right. It's funny how he was the guy where everywhere he went to, they were worse. And now he's like, I can play anywhere.
Right.
Rolled to the Clippers without Luka, with no Finney Smith. Obviously, beat him anyway.
Good win.
Beat him anyway. Good win by Kyrie Irving. And then what was after that? Was it KD after that? Oh no, it was the Lakers.
It was Lakers.
It was the Lakers.
We were to KD next off the fact that they're intertwined with
because
Brooklyn.
they're intertwined with
Brooklyn.
Okay.
And then after the game, right? We think everything's not gonna happen till the next night. Then we get a bomb.
Huge bomb.
Kevin Durant gets traded to the Phoenix Suns for Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, a 2023 pick unprotected, a 2025 first round pick, a 2027 first round pick, a 2028 pick swap, and a 2029 first round pick, all unprotected for Kevin Durant and TJ Warren.
So this was the huge bomb. This reminded me of the day Kawhi went to the Clippers. Remember when that just popped up out of nowhere?
Yep.
So it was kind of like this. So the Suns went all in and said, we're getting KD right now. They done traded almost all their depth for it, but this is Kevin Durant, and they make the new quote-unquote super team with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Ayton, and Chris Paul. So these guys are, I would say, respectable contenders now. Prior to before, where guys like Alex and I didn't believe in this team at all to really make it over the top. Now they have a respectable chance. So if they were to do it, it wouldn't be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and you both don't think it's going to happen, but they have a respectable chance. And in Brooklyn's part, it just sucks to suck.
I want to really get into Brooklyn's part because it's like you accepted the Kyrie trade based off the fact that, okay, we're still going to have Kevin Durant. We're just going to try to find another to build around, whether it be OG Anunoby, whether it be a person like DeAndre Ayton, whether it be a person like hell, even D'Angelo Russell could have helped. Even though
Definitely.
Even though you got Spencer Dinwiddie. And then you just see okay, I'm assuming Durant went to the front office and said like, yo, get me out of here.
Yeah, I'm assuming, Kyrie must have went off. Kyrie must have went gone, and Durant just said, it's not even the point to talk about this anymore. I'm out.
Which ends the Brooklyn Nets era with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Played only 74 combined games together throughout their whole entire tenure.
Ridiculous.
And the only person I feel bad for in this situation is Jacques Vaughn.
Yeah, you want to talk about getting dealt a bad hand? This dude comes in, replaces Steve Nash, and he does literally the best that he can possibly do in that position. And he had this team looking like title contenders. He had them looking like title contenders this year. And the sky just falls right on his face. It just falls right on his face, and now he has to coach his team filled with very good role players, but no star in the team. There's no upside to this group.
Except for the greatest player of all time, Cam Thomas.
Oh, yeah. You got him. Someone said, he's the little insanity. And I completely disagree with that because I'm like, he's actually a true bucket.
Did it last year.
Right. He did it last year. And we always knew that this guy could score at a high level. But, it sucks. This sucks for Brooklyn, but at least they got those first round picks.
You got the first round picks. And this era as a whole is just, I think for Nets fans, this sucks for y'all, but I need to go and say this. It's over. You don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore.
It was hell.
Because you always had to deal with, what the hell is Kyrie going to do next? And this team, Kevin Durant kept getting injured, and then he had the front office in a stronghold with his trade requests. And then Kyrie literally woke up one day and said, you know what, I don't play no more.
Which is such a Kyrie everything to do because the team is about 20, they were about 10 games above 500, no, they were actually over 10 games above 500. And again, this team at some points they were rivaling as a top 3 team in the league. Weren't they? Weren't they like on a 13-game winning streak at some point?
11 to go Chicago.
Right, so things were looking really bright for Brooklyn, and just like that.
But however, this front office did not do good by those two players.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like, even to the petty shit of Joe Tsai saying, I'm going to make sure he doesn't get to go to the Lakers.
See, like, what about the Nets? What does the Lakers have to do with the Nets? You know what I'm saying?
You could have got two. I mean, yeah, you could have got two first round unprotected picks. Since you went the rebuild route.
Right. Thank God.
Thank God the Lakers did that.
Right. He did that out of spite. I'm glad, what is it, Joe?
Josiah.
Josiah, I love you. But you didn't do right by the Brooklyn Nets for that.
And continuously questionable moves. Again, that bringing in Ben Simmons, who you can't move. You can't move Ben Simmons.
You can't move Ben Simmons. They probably. I wonder if he thinks about this and he wonders, maybe I should have moved Kyrie and not James.
Right.
Maybe. Who knows? But it kind of the winner. The guy who kind of seems like the guy who was right in this is Harden.
Right.
It kind of seems like he won. He won at the end of the day. He looked bad because at first he looked like he quit. At first he looked like, he was being a little baby and, this and this and that. And it turns out that maybe he was right about everything all along. Maybe, just maybe Kyrie was the cancer. Just maybe.
The Jimmy Butler effect?
Yeah, that's great. This looks like a Jimmy Butler situation with James Harden's side. I mean, now he's there. He's in Philly and they're winning games.
All right. Some small trades I want to go over real quick. Mike Muscala to Boston. Oklahoma City gets two second round picks and Justin Jackson.
Little semi underrated move. They got a stretch. They have another stretch big besides Al Horford. I guess this reads out Cornette's time is over.
Right. I mean, he is a complete liability.
He's outdated. Like completely outdated.
But we also have Matisse Thybulle getting traded to it was a 3-chain trade between the Hornets, Sixers, and Blazers. Hornets got the man, the myth, the legend, Svi Mikhailuk and a 23 second round pick. Philly got Jalen McDaniels, New York second round pick, and Portland second round pick, and the Portland Trailblazers get Matisse Thybulle.
So, literally yesterday, me and Alex was watching some games. We were watching the doubleheader that was provided last night, and we were watching Philly, and we were saying he needs to go. This experiment with Thybulle is over. Players of his archetype in this era don't last long anyway. Right. He's Andre Robertson 2.0.
He is Andre Robertson 2.0.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's a worse shooter, I think.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so it's good. It pretty much with him, it was 4-5. Now they got Jalen McDaniels. I think that is one of the more underrated pickups of this trade deadline. I think he's going to be really good for Philly. So well done by Philly. Charlotte got some picks, right?
I think our pick and Svi.
And Portland, I mean, I guess.
No.
Yeah, no. That's F for Portland.
No.
F.
Next trade, Darius Saric to Oklahoma City, and Phoenix gets Darius Bazley.
I wonder what was the move behind this in Oklahoma City's part.
Darius Bazley isn't good.
That's true, and they got Darius Saric. Maybe he could fresh start, right? Fresh start for Darius Saric for the upcoming season.
Yeah,
because if Chad Holmgren comes back and he does well for them, this team will be a clear playoff team. And you have Darius Saric who can also stretch the floor. So, okay, I get it.
Yeah, for Phoenix, I mean, Joshua wasn't playing for anyway, so that's what it is.
He wasn't playing for them, yeah. Because I think he only played for them that first year they got him.
He played for a little bit this year. Gotcha. Second year, he played for him because he, got
hurt.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
He tore ACL in the finals. Right. Atlanta gets Garrison Matthews and Bruno Fernando for Justin Holiday, Fred Kaminsky, and 2 second-round picks.
So, this is the move I can't stop thinking about. This move. I think this is one of the top. I think in terms of teams with the best in free agency, I think Atlanta's top 3. I think they're top 3 in this. Yeah. Matthews is a great shooter. He was pretty much a purgatory in Houston. He's one of the more underrated players in this league. I'm pretty sure a lot of people now don't know about him, but he's pretty much a knockdown shooter. And for him to go to Atlanta to, there's more floor spreading. This helps DeJounte Murray. This helps Trae Young. You probably can't think of trapping Trae Young if you got Matthews there on the wing to make some threes. So well done on Atlanta.
Right. And for Houston's part, you're just shedding set. You're just shedding.
Yeah, they're just shedding. I know exactly what they're doing.
All right. Another small trade that not much to talk about. John Richardson gets traded to the New Orleans Pelicans for Devontae Graham and 4 second-round picks.
So, this is another one of those little like underrated moves. If this brings a 3-and-D wing, I think that's the one thing where it doesn't hurt to keep adding. So now they have 3-and-D, and they have him, and they have who's the lock, and Herb Jones now.
Yeah,
they got them 2 guys in the wing playing some great defense. So that was a job well done on the Pelicans' part.
3-team trade. Brooklyn gets 3 second-round picks. The Indiana Pacers get George Hill, Serge Ibaka, Jordan Nwora, and 2 second-round picks. And the Bucks get Jay Crowder.
So Pacers got Nwora out of that.
Yeah,
who's young.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bucks got Jay Crowder. I saw them get Jay Crowder, and I just said, of course they got him. So now they got,
they're the winners.
Exactly. So the Bucks, job well done. The Bucks, you made your team even stronger.
Made your team stronger.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him. Let's talk about him.
Okay.
So, before I get to the trade, the following players I'm gonna name: Patrick Beverley, Thomas Bryant, Russell Westbrook, Scott Anderson, Damian Jones.
Monty did good trade.
How about Salute to y'all? Good luck at future endeavors.
Yes, sir.
But this team might finally have some hope.
Oh my God!
Let's talk about the big deal that happened yesterday. That pretty much started everything.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 days. Do Los Angeles Lakers trade Russell Westbrook to the Utah Jazz?
3-team trade.
It was a 3-team trade. The Lakers got Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, and Jared Vanderbilt. The Timberwolves got the Hugh Alexander Walker, Mike Conley, a 2024 second-round pick, and a 2025 second-round pick, and a 2026 second-round pick from Utah. And the Jazz got Damian Jones, Juan Toscano Anderson, Russell Westbrook, the 2027 first-round pick from the Lakers that's only top 4 protected, and it turns into a second-rounder if it's not conveyed.
I mean, this is a dream, bro. I mean, I was wondering what the Lakers would do, and I never thought that they would do so well in this trade in trying to ship Russ. In shipping Russ, what they did was, I think the most important thing was that they kept one of those first rounders for 2029, I believe.
It's the one that kept, yes.
Yes, for 2029. So they could use that however they like, which is a highly sought out pick. So they lost Russ and they gained D'Lo. So first with D'Lo, 1, welcome back to the Lakers. 2, this brings more floor spreading. So what teams were doing was AD would get doubled or Bron will get doubled, especially on the drive. Why? Because you do not respect Russ's jump shot. Now, this is not a slight in any way of Russ. I'm just simply talking about his skill set to the team. Teams were doubling and daring him to shoot. They're not really going to be doing that with D'Lo. D'Lo could make threes. He could make a couple. Not a couple. He could have days where he could make a couple. Days he could make a lot.
His best shooting season in his career.
In his career.
Crazy, but
right. So
he started off so freaking bad.
He did, but then he really heated up. So they got a respectable shot. They also gained a ball. They lost a ball handler and still got one back as well. Now, the best part, I believe this is Alex and I's favorite part, is they got Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley is probably one of the best role players you could get in a LeBron James basketball team. He is a wing who is a knockdown shooter, and he can make moving shots.
And he goes to put the ball on the floor and get a layup. He can't drive.
Jared Vanderbilt, you got a rebounder. This team needed rebounding desperately. This is a guy that could get you about 8 to 10 boards a night. And he could score down low too. He could get a couple buckets down low. And he could play some defense as well. So this was amazing. This was amazing. This put the Lakers to contention. They can contend now.
Crazy, because after by the way, LeBron James, congratulations for breaking that scoring record, by the way.
Congrats. This was the show was gonna be about you. Then all these bombs started going off.
Right. And your birthday present, your 2 months late birthday present was like, you know what?
Right.
We're gonna get your team now. We got you.
You know what? You're the number 1 scorer. We're gonna have you compete for another ring. How about that?
Right? Let's see if you can match Kobe and get 5.
Right. Job well done, Bron. Job well done.
But seriously though, the fact that it spaces the floor so much and not you can't really double AD that much.
You can't.
And you can't double about you can't double LeBron, especially LeBron in his case, because you got Malik Beasley and D'Angelo Russell who go knock down a 3-point shot, and Jared Vanderbilt who can do it. But that's not what you're gonna ask him to do. He's pretty much a high energy guy. He's gonna be focused on the defensive side of the ball and gain some rebounds.
Yeah, this added so much depth for a team. This was always a team where the questions were their depth. The questions were who's gonna knock down threes, who's gonna come in and get buckets. That no longer seems to be a question with this team anymore. They were a horrible rebounding team. They could evolve to a middle of the pack rebounding team, and they could rise up as a 3-point shooting team as well. This is just as good as it gets.
And then some of the other teams were going to kill Alexander Walker and Mike Conley to the Timberwolves. I don't like the kill Alexander Walker's game like that.
Yeah, he's not that good, in my opinion.
But you did get another scorer off that bench.
Who's young,
so that does help. And Mike Conley's a grizzled old veteran that has chemistry with Rudy Gobert, so that can work.
True.
And he can, and along with D'Angelo Russell, because D'Angelo Russell got better off the ball this season because Edmonds had the ball with him.
Right.
But Mike Conley goes play out the ball, and he could actually throw lobs to Rudy Gobert. So in a way, this helps, yeah, too. The Jazz, they were just, again, they're putting on the tank.
Right.
It was about damn time. But the fact that, again, you had the record that you did.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
And listen, get your picks. See, get lucky, get Victor.
Yeah, get him with Mark Cannon.
With Mark Cannon, exactly. Now, the Lakers weren't done that day, though. The Lakers also traded Thomas Bryant for. Let me make sure I get his name correct because I don't want.
I think what is it, Devon Reed?
I think that's what it is too. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Devon Reed and 3 second-round picks: 2025, 2026, 2029. So you got to get back to those for something.
You got back, yeah. So when I first read this trade kind of like broke my heart because of how well Thomas Bryant played for this team. I've come to find out that he was upset with the role that he had presented in the team currently. He wanted more playing time. He wanted to get more pay. But I did not know that the Lakers had a plan in place for this move.
Right. And for Denver's side of things, you got your backup big.
Got your backup big. Jokic could breathe.
Right. And the last move the Lakers made, Lakers traded Patrick Beverley.
I thought he would survive this, but he did not.
He did not. They traded him and a second-round pick and cash considerations for Mohamed Bamba.
Now, this is why this is just the cherry on top. You got Mo Bamba. You got so much size in this team. You got Rui, who's big. You got AD, you got Braun, you got Mo Bamba. It's showing traits of the 2020 team who overwhelmed teams with their size, with their rim protection, with their rebounding. And this team has that again. You got Vanderbilt as well. So now you got AD, Vanderbilt, and Mo Bamba. Good luck scoring down there because it's just gonna be a block party.
Right.
It's just gonna be a block party. And the bonus, Mo Bamba can spread the floor.
He can
spread the floor. LeBron, if you look at his career, he's always done big with these 7-footer guys. Always, or 6'10" and up, 7-footer guy. You got Verjao, you got Big Z, you got Mozgov. You know what I'm saying? You got Double T, obviously AD, Kevin Love, and now you got Mo Bamba. Oh, and Dwight as well.
Yeah,
and McGee.
Dwight McGee, yeah.
And now you got Mo Bamba. So it seems like Rob Pelinka realized his mistakes and trying his best to make the 2020 team again.
Which I don't know why you just mentioned, but
I don't know why either.
It is what it is. Pelinka, you saved your job.
Good job. Yeah, you did.
The West wasn't going to say idly quiet either with the Lakers do their moves.
They were not.
Let's go to Golden State. A four-teamer was in place. And I like where everybody got except for the Trailblazers. The Atlanta Hawks got Sadiq Bey. The Pistons got James Wiseman.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden State Warriors got back Gary Payton II. And the Portland Trailblazers got Kevin Knox and 5 second-round picks.
All right, so let's start with Atlanta here. This is the final piece of why I consider Atlanta top 3 in the free agency. In the trade deadline, because they ended with Sadiq Bey. So now they added Sadiq Bey and they added who was the other guy?
Matthews.
And Garrison Matthews. So now this is a shooter who's scary, right? This guy can come around and drop 40 on you any given night, right? It just come out the blue. So much floor is spread in this team. Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, I see them thriving in these pickups. They're going to be shooting threes all over the place. I cannot wait to watch this team. And the next one was Detroit got
Wiseman.
So I see what you did here, Detroit. I see what you're doing here, and I like it. You're taking a chance in Wiseman on that bust. Take a chance on him, right? On Kwame 2.0, sorry. So you got him and hoping, hey, this is a fresh start. This is a young kid. Maybe things will change. You did it with Bagley. Bagley plays well for this team. I like what Bagley gives for this team, right? And now you're trying to do it with Wiseman. If Wiseman turns out to be great, you stole him, right? So, and if he doesn't, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a risk worth taking. And Golden State now, right?
Yeah.
Golden State does it again, right? Golden State does it again. So great job on Golden State to get Gary Payton back. They needed him so bad. This team, now they'll create more transition points. Gary Payton, he's one of the most underrated cutters I've ever seen. I swear, man. Last year I watched him play Golden State. He's always open down on the paint.
Yes,
always open. And they'll create more transition points with him and DiVincenzo. These guys will get more steals. These guys will get more fast breaks. So well needed, much needed for Golden State. Is that who was that?
Portland.
And Portland got who?
Kevin Knox and 5 second round picks.
Okay, I'll speak objectively here. You did get Kevin Knox, who's young, right?
I think it's 15 though.
But this is like his 50. To me, I think I don't see no value in this. In my opinion, you got Kevin Knox, who sucks, and I don't think he belongs in the league, to be honest with you. That's what I think. But you took a chance on him. You did pretty much what Detroit did with Wiseman and Bagley. So I guess why not?
I mean, Wiseman, this is his second team only. That's fourth.
At least it is his second team.
Fifth, like,
right. So Portland, I mean, Sky's
like, no, they're acting like they're selling right now, but yet they said that Damian Lillard's not up for trade, which doesn't make any sense.
I just don't understand it. Like, it's okay. You can leave.
Anyways.
But great job by Golden State. Great job by wonderful job by Atlanta. And
Detroit, I see what you're doing.
And I see what you're doing, Detroit. I see what you're doing.
Jacopo to the Toronto Raptors. Spurs get Cam Birch, a 2024 first round pick, top 6 protection through 2026, a 2023 second round pick, and a 2025 second round pick. And Raptors get Jacopo.
So the Spurs is going to be a super team in about a couple years, right?
Yes.
Got it. So great job on that, Spurs. Way to fleece everybody for these picks on OKC style. Was it David Griffin style? And
Sam Presti.
Sam Presti. There you go. Thank you. And I guess Toronto, what this told me was Masai Ujiri believes in this group.
Yes.
And he wanted to fix one of their biggest problems, which was having a down low presence.
I mean, they have good players.
This team should compete. They just were losing.
It sucked.
Right. But let's see what Jakob Porto brings to this team. They bring rim protection and it brings rebounding, which they needed desperately in this team.
Yeah, welcome back, by the way.
And welcome back, because they drafted him, right?
Yeah, he's part of the Kawhi Leonard trade.
Right, he's part of the Kawhi Leonard trade. And San Antonio, you got a first for Jakob Poeltl.
Where you got first for him?
Job well done.
Listen, you'll take that.
Gladly, I'll take that any day of the week.
But again, remember what I said.
Mm-hmm.
The West wasn't quiet.
The West was not quiet.
Let's move on to the Lakers' neighbors, the Clippers.
Good Lord, damn.
One of the trades that, for Denver's sake, I'm just assuming they have another plan in place, but this is I don't see why they're here. They traded Nishon Bones Highland for 2 second round picks.
That's my thing. I'm just wondering, like, I feel like that move, let's say their season crashes, this might be a move they look back on like, wow, we sold.
Like, this is like franchise changing.
Yeah, because
that too.
I don't see the point of doing this. I really don't. I'll have to. Like, I just don't see it.
And my biggest thing is like you didn't get a player back. Like if you got back Reggie Jackson, cool.
Right.
If you got back Terrence Mann, cool.
Right.
But you didn't get anybody back. You just got 2 picks.
What I'm assuming they're gonna get one of these players. They're either gonna get Wall, they're gonna get Beverly, or they're either gonna get Reggie.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're gonna get one of those 3 players. They don't get none of them. I mean, you don't have a backup point. And Bones Highland played great for you. So I just don't understand what for second rounders. I mean, really,
Yeah, I don't understand that.
it's very confusing.
Yeah, Clippers weren't done with, by the way. They say, you know what, since we're not gonna get one of those high end players, we're just gonna bring in more role players to
right.
bolster the team. Reggie Jackson got shipped out,
Mm-hmm.
and they also traded out the 2028 second round pick for the new man, Mr. Plumlee.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. So they got Bones Highland and Plumlee.
And Eric Gordon.
And Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
My goodness, man. My goodness with the Clippers, bro. So they got to back up big.
They needed that.
Plumlee, this got to be the best role that he's ever in. At the backup position.
Because Zubac was literally the only big guy they had.
Yeah, he was literally
losing Hartenstein was a very, very bad
It
loss.
was bad. So you got Plumlee, who this is him and his max potential. He's a backup big. As a backup big, he's one of the best in the league. This is phenomenal for the Clippers. Now they'll have another guy who could crash boards, who you could use in the pick and roll for a lob threat. And they also have Bones. I'm gonna be honest with you, the Clippers looking scary, bro. Them having Bones Highland is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. They have a point guard who could give you 20. They could win games just because of him.
As never for them.
This is
because Nation will have 20-point quarters.
That's true. He would have 20-point quarters. So this is huge for the Clippers. Much needed because things were looking really nightmarish for the Clippers. They were trying desperately to get guards and they couldn't get them. So things were looking really bad, and what a turnaround.
And the last trade, not up the deadline, just off the Clippers side.
Clippers side, yeah.
The Rockets get Danny Green and John Wall, who's going to be waived.
Mm-hmm.
And Rice swap Milwaukee's 2023 first round pick with the Clippers 2023 first round pick. Clippers get Eric Gordon and 2 second round picks. And the Memphis Grizzlies also wasn't quiet here. Got Luke Kennard.
So on the Clippers and the Memphis part, they both won here. Memphis, they're lucky they did this because I think things were not going to be good for them if they did not get him. If they did not get Luke Kennard,
it was going to be real bad.
It was going to be real bad. They got Luke Kennard, who is a knockdown shooter. They needed that badly. Well done on Memphis part. Now let's go back to the Clippers part. They essentially got another Luke Kennard who can score inside.
Yeah.
So this was just perfect. Clippers get a A+ for this. They are definitely in the top 3 in this.
Yeah, they got
the Clippers. The Clippers definitely, you could consider
they needed to make these moves.
They needed to
because they looked fine during the season, but you knew that they had a ceiling.
Something was missing.
Right.
Was missing, and it seems like they fixed that something. This is a team you can consider who won the trade deadline.
Right.
Yeah. Job well done.
And this is the last trade. Here.
Okay.
Josh Hart to the Knicks for
this was so good.
Ryan Arcidiacono, Steve McConnell, who gets traded to the Hornets.
Right.
Cam Reddish, a 2023 lottery protected first round pick, and it turns to 2 second rounders if it's like a Vade. 4 second rounders.
You know what I find amazing about this? When the Knicks are good, they always seem to have players in his team that just
those
fit.
dogs.
Yeah, just fits New York. It's just a fan favorite level kind of player who fits the city. That's Josh Hart. Gritty. This man fights for everything. He fights for every loose ball. He fights for every rebound. He fights for every point he gets. This guy, if there's a guy who fits New York, it's Josh Hart. They're gonna love him in the Garden. They're gonna love him.
No, they're gonna love him. And Jalen Brunson was ecstatic that they.
Yeah, he was jumping out. He was about to throw a party in the Villanova campus.
Right.
So I'm so happy. Again, the league is always fun when the Knicks are good. This is a team so easy to root for. I'm so glad they got Josh Hart. I can't wait for him to do great things in this team. And they traded a guy who they weren't even using.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they became a better defensive team with this. They became a better rebounding team with this. They became a better 3-point shooting team with this. Josh Hart brings all 3 of those factors into a basketball team. And a team as gritty as New York, Josh Hart is with Tom Thibodeau. I mean, you just can't make this any better.
Okay.
Yeah, so
like you can make a lineup, right? And you can have a player like him.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a player like Quickly, right? You can have Brunson who's a dog.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
You can put in Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm. You can. And Julius.
and I was gonna say two guards in terms of like just straight defense.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, they can have a literal all defensive lineup. That's interesting.
Because okay, you can consider that in games like you gotta have a lead.
Mhm. Yeah,
Just punch them in the mouth.
punch them in the mouth. This can be one of those moves that is a lot better than what people think. This can make New York do something special in April.
Right.
So this is the
Very underrated pickup, but this was a good pickup for the Knicks.
very underrated pickup. But
And for Portland side of things, I mean, you got Cam Reddish.
yeah, they got Cam Reddish, and I'm sure that they're gonna use him.
Yeah, because you don't have any players. Gonna
Right.
have to.
So let me think about this. So obviously, they still got Dame. They still kept Simons. They still kept Grant, correct?
Mhm.
And now they got Cam Reddish,
Those didn't get a center, by the way.
but they also didn't get a center, which is that should have been the number one thing. But now I'm thinking mentally, did they give up? Did they give up on this squad?
I don't know.
Because why wouldn't you get it? It seems like
Seems like they did, but it's them.
Right. Because it seems like every team that was trying to make moves literally got what they lacked in. This is what's so crazy about this trade deadline, that every team that did something got what they lacked in.
No, they had some sort of direction. Whether it's the Spurs and Rockets who kept selling,
Right.
and the Hornets as well.
Right.
The Pistons literally just took a try on James Wiseman to see if he works out.
Mm-hmm.
Such a trade to the Bay, but it is what it is.
Right.
And you got teams like the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Suns, the Nuggets, the Lakers, and Warriors.
The Warriors
trying to contend and making moves to contend.
Right.
But the Blazers, and this is what I criticize them a lot for, I don't see a clear direction with this team. Like it looks like you're trying to sell pieces, but when you say the sentence Damian Lillard is not going to be traded and he's not up for trade, it's like, what the hell are you doing at this point?
Yeah, I have no answers here. Because getting dropped Cam Reddish is not bad.
Oh no, he's a good player.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's like
yeah, sure. And the second was great in my opinion, but
Right.
I think he's a good player.
But you still ain't get the center. You still ain't get the center.
You're still running Yusuf Nurkic
And Eubanks. And Nurkic he's hurt.
okay.
Yeah, he's hurt. So this was bad on Portland, man. This was bad.
Let's talk about some winners and losers of this trade deadline.
Yes, sir.
The biggest loser to me,
Lord, Chicago.
the Chicago Bulls. What are you doing? You know this team is not good enough to do anything with, right? At least the Raptors players are young. They can develop to be better players. At least they have that.
That's true.
What direction do they have?
And what's crazy about that is that they have a lot of attractive pieces.
You got players like Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
You got players like Zach LaVine, who the Knicks try to trade for, but they're gonna get a deal done.
Mm-hmm.
You got DeMar DeRozan. You have Nicole Vucevic who you can take a fire at.
Yeah, you got Vuce.
You got Lonzo Ball who you can take a fire at.
It's true.
You have players. You can get stuff for these players.
And they literally did nothing.
Hell, even teams like the Knicks, the Hawks, the Raptors, they try to do something.
I'm thinking about it. You don't think you could have offered Vuce to Portland? You don't think they would have gave you a ransom for that? It's interesting. I just this team failed. Like this team failed. This was a day to take advantage and to get something.
Get assets.
Get some assets, and you didn't do anything. So now you're stuck in no man's land. What exactly are you gonna do with this team?
Because again, I still think they're better than Brooklyn.
An argument could be made that they're not better than Brooklyn.
I don't think they're better than Brooklyn.
Yeah, because Brooklyn, hear us out here. Brooklyn has no stars, right? But this team is loaded
with good role players.
Good players. Loaded. I mean, from top to bottom. Good players, except for Ben Simmons, but good players. They have good players. They have good scorers. They have good defenders. They have good three-point shooters in this team, and they have good rebounders. So this team can be. I don't know if everyone remembers. Do you remember the Ty Lawson Nuggets? Kind of like a team like that, stacked with role players. So
and Jock Vaughn coach,
as we've seen. So for the Bulls to not do nothing, I mean, I'm thinking about that meme where the guys with a stick is poking at him. Hey, do something. They didn't do nothing.
Also, there's rumors that they might get Russell Westbrook.
Chicago?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Do they seriously think they could contend with this team? Like, I understand they were the first seed, right, at one point with this team.
Yes,
but you do realize that the main reason why that's happening is not there this season, right? And I don't know what's next thing going to be last week. I don't know what's going with his
It
body.
seems like he's. It's kind of scary for him actually. I guess this front office does think this team still could compete, and I'm just why?
Because I'm gonna go as far as saying this. Zach Levine's not a winning player.
No, he's not. I agree with you.
I don't think he's not a winning player.
I don't think he's a winning player.
DeMar DeRozan, great player. Don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, he's still gonna hinder your team. Also, the fact that he can't space the floor that much.
Right. And I think he's actually more of a winning player than Levine.
No, I agree with that.
To be honest,
no, I actually do agree with that. But I'm saying like you do not have again, he doesn't create for the always creates for the mid-range. And again, great mid-range shooter, one of the best in the league. And again, the reason why I had him as an all-star, but at the end of the day, it's like you can't. Again, that can't be your best player. I'm sorry.
You can't mix it up.
Yeah. Exactly, he can't mix it up. He's not.
And then you got Vooch not playing true to his
to
his
what he's
potential.
supposed to be.
Yeah,
because they have him as a stretch spot for no effing reason.
You know who I think they could have traded and they would have got great stuff for? The Sumo.
Oh, I would have kept him though.
I know I would have kept it too, but I'm saying this is a guy that.
But if you want to contend, you better still try it.
You better would have tried, and I think they would have got things for him
again
because I think teams want him.
Yeah, because he's good.
Yeah, he is good,
and it kills me too because again, it's not a team like the Knicks. When they're good, the NBA is good.
When the Bulls are good, it is fun. It is so much. Last year was fun. They were 1 seed.
They 1 seed. Like up to the UC was booming.
It was. This I don't know with this team, man. And they got old. And then some of their players too. They got old. Like they got Dragic, who's old, who you're gonna lose because he's old.
You got Drummond, who
you're gonna lose. I don't even know why he's in your team, but but that's another player who you're gonna lose. That's another roster spot that you're gonna lose too. So it's like when this season ends, what's going on? What are you gonna? I don't know what the free agency class looks like. You're not gonna get a good pick because you're trying to make the playoffs.
You're not going to have a pick.
Yeah, that's true. You're not going to have.
That's gonna be Orlando's pick more likely.
So, what is that?
Unless you get extremely lucky.
What I'm gonna assume here is I'm gonna assume that they're waiting for the summer to explode this team. That's what I'm gonna assume. I don't know.
Why wait till when you can't have the pick anymore?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know because I cannot think of anything else. I can't think of what this team is doing. This is definitely the team out of this whole thing who's the worst out of this. They have if there's a grade worse than F, I would give it to them.
Yeah, because what was that?
Yeah, this was
nobody. What was that?
This was pathetic. So now everyone is thriving and destroying you. You have a waste
again.
And
it's a really bad look when teams like the Knicks, the Hawks, and the Raptors all did something to make their team better.
All of them. So now, guess what? You're not making the playoffs.
Because hell, are you better than Washington?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if they are.
But moving on, not a big loser, but a slightly loser to me is the Cavaliers. Off the fact that pretty much off the fact that you couldn't get a wing.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they couldn't get a wing. They could have used a floor spreader. They could have used a floor spreader, but I think this team truly believes in what they got, and I think they think that this team could win.
I understand that, but still,
that's what it is.
If your one weakness is a wing, that's real bad.
They should have tried. Again.
That's the Clippers how that worked out for them. With the Lost City Clippers,
it killed them. You have more depth in that team, but it did kill them. It's like it's bad, but it's not bad in a way where I'm like really slandering them because
I'm not slandering them either. I'm not saying,
but it's something worth mentioning.
I think they're a loser, but not a huge loser. Not like also Chicago shit. Because
right.
God,
it's something worth mentioning. But this is an elite team. This is one of the best teams in the league. So I guess they're confident in their guns and they just want to see what's going to happen. Especially since it's the first year and the bulk of this team is young. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's probably more so why they're like, you know what? Let's just see what this team is made of, and maybe this,
and then we'll address these needs come next offseason. Probably, yeah.
That's probably what their heads are at.
Next
loser?
No, I'm gonna say first winner. I'm gonna mention the Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Also because you got rid of Obama, who felt like the odd man out of this rotation anyway, and the fact that Chicago Bulls didn't do anything to me pretty much solidifies the fact they're not gonna be top for a pick unless the lottery balls fall in their direction.
Right.
So you're gonna have 2 first round picks in the lottery.
Very true. Yeah, well done. Yeah, Orlando, you know what? Good job. Good job, Orlando. They're definitely a winner. Definitely a winner here. And I see what you're doing this season. You improved a lot. You're developing these guys. Way to resurrect Markel Fultz's career. You got Paolo looking like a freaking monster. So
the only thing about this, the only trade Jonathan Simmons for him.
What a steal, bro.
The only trade Jonathan Simmons for Markel Fultz too.
The only trade Jonathan Simmons for him.
Remember,
Where is he now?
Out the league.
Out the league. And Markel Fultz is looking like one of the better starters in this league.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
So he looks really good.
He looks better every single year.
He does. So yeah, you snagged him. Job well done, Orlando. I see what you're doing. I can't wait to see you guys next year.
I see what you're doing again. Next year's gonna be the year.
Mm-hmm.
And another winner. Say the obvious ones, the Lakers, because they saved their season.
Right, and I could talk about this forever because it makes me happy. Again, they saved their season. They saved their job. They saved their chances to contend this year. They saved LeBron's window. You know what I'm saying? As who knows how small it is? I don't know how small it is at this point. They added depth. They added shooting. They added rebounding. They added more defense. I mean, it just does not get better than this. Russ, I appreciate what you did. You took the sacrifice. You became a sixth man, and you thrived in that role. I still think you're sixth man of the year. But you had to go. You know what I'm saying? You had to go. And we got D'Lo. We got a player in D'Lo who causes. It's the fact of the threat. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact of the threat that he can make the three. It's the fact that coaches have to worry about in the defensive schemes. Well, he can't leave him open because he can make a three. You know what I'm saying? It's something as small as that makes a huge difference. LeBron now can play an offense more comfortable to him, more comfortable to AD.
Yeah, what was that? 28 points per game with that spacing? With no spacing, rather?
Yeah. He's literally having one of his better seasons of his career. He's playing at an extremely high level with those limitations. Now he's more free on offense. And when he's more free on offense and when he has more depth, what happens? He plays at a higher level on defense. That's why in 2020, he was one of the best defenders in the league. That's why in 2020, I believe he was top 5 in defensive rating. And you've seen it. He was guarding players like Giannis. He would guard Kawhi. He would guard Paul George. He would guard opposing teams' best players. Why? Because he could lay off more on the offensive end and give more effort on the defensive end because he has this trust in the other players in his team because of depth. This is why this is so good.
Right. Don't like them, but gotta give them their respect because this was a trade that needed to be made. The Phoenix Suns is a huge winner here. They needed to make this trade because it looked like, again, Mikal Bridges is cool, Cam Johnson is cool. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, but this team had a ceiling.
And we saw it. We all saw it, especially last year. This team was not going to get it done.
It wasn't.
It just was not enough. And the fact that you were able to keep DeAndre Ayton and get Kevin Durant is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I mean, again, Alex and I took a look at this team's bench because at first glance, I'm like, they literally have no one. But they have Landry Shamet. They have Torrey Craig. They have
who's going to start? It's going to be TJ Warren off the bench.
Okay. Oh, TJ Warren, which that's another thing. To get TJ Warren in that with Kevin Durant was fantastic. That was fantastic. They got Kogi, right?
Yeah.
They got Kogi and as well as Cameron Payne. So they have for a team like this,
they have a passable bench.
A passable bench for a team like this. So what they got to do is you got to go out there and get it done. But great job, Phoenix. You made yourself true contenders in this league. You know, so great job by them. Hopefully we get that get back, but great job by them.
Clippers, not huge winner. They need those role players. They need it. Especially, my favorite move for them is that Mason Plumlee pickup because they needed a backup 5 badly.
The more and more I think about it, I'm leaning towards that as well.
Because
that Mason Plumlee pickup was huge.
No disrespect to Nicholas Batum. Playing great for them. No disrespect to Rob Covington. Doing his thing in the other too.
They're 6'8".
They're too small.
Yeah, they're 6'8".
Play the Nuggets, you're getting clapped.
The more and more I think of this team, the more and more I get. It's scary. To be honest, it's very scary. They're gonna go as far as
PG and Kawhi takes them.
PG and Kawhi takes them. That's literally what it is because this is a team that should be looking at winning a title. They are the deepest. They are the deepest team in the league. This team is loaded. They just got to go out there and go to war and get it done. But you know what? I accept the challenge.
Yep.
I accept the challenge, but job well done. Job well done.
Don't have to play him, but at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
they needed him. The Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you needed that secondary ball handler for Luka in a desperate way. This needed to happen.
And this is
And
as much as everything you could say, Kyrie is a seasoned vet. I mean, he is. You know what I'm saying? He's been there before. He's more of a reliable scorer. He's more of a reliable ball handler. You know, this is a guy you have to worry about. This is a guy, especially the way he's playing this season. I could argue he's having the best season of his career.
Yeah, you know, though he's playing absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And again, once to Dallas, it felt like the whole team's morale went up.
Yeah, it is so true. Alex and I were watching their most recent game against the Clippers, and we see Reggie. I mean, Reggie Bullock is having a nightmare season. Guys, Reggie Bullock is having a nightmare season. This guy comes in here and makes 5 threes, bro. It seems just like Kyrie became a floor raiser for the team.
Right.
He lifted, like you just said, the team's morale. I never really seen that Kyrie before, but in this team, it looked so obvious. This team looked like they gained hope. They gained hope for the season. And when you got things like that, listen, when you got a team that believes, when you got a team that truly believes, you could do a lot. And again, Luka does not have to break his entire back to carry his team. You know what I'm saying?
2 points.
Luka could be in the bench, and Kyrie could easily handle it. We already seen it in the first game of the season. Kyrie comes in, beats the Clippers. They had their whole team there. They had their whole team. Kyrie came in there without Luka, got that job done. Real nice and easy. And they kind of dominated that whole game, to be honest with you. They just made a little nice comeback. But then whenever it seemed like they couldn't get over the hump, whenever they would get close, the bleeding would continue. So, I mean, again, the West is wide open, but they have a shot. They have a shot. But Luka Kyrie is actually very scary.
Yeah, good day for the West contenders, including Golden State and Memphis. Memphis needed a knockdown shooter like Luka Kennard, and Luka Kennard, one of the best shooters in the league. That's not Golden State.
Yeah, he's one of the best shooters in the league. Memphis, I'm sorry, I'm serious. If you didn't get him at this point, I was saying that your season was over and you were losing in the first round.
Depending on who they played.
Yeah, depending on who you played, because it was not looking good for you. You getting Luka Kennard changes everything. Right? An extremely efficient 3-point shooter. So you saved your season.
And you got the best backup center in the league in Gary Payton for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. Golden State, I'm so happy they did this. I'm so happy they did this because there's this belief in me that I'm always gonna believe in them. But it was really looking real bad though.
No, it
was looking real bad.
But you got Klay Thompson playing better. Wiggins gained his leg back on after coming back from injury.
Yep. They just need step back.
Just need step back.
And
with Gary Payton, he knows the offense.
He knows. He was so underrated for this team. He is a big reason why they were champions. Gary Payton did damage in Golden State. They became a better defensive team. They got him and DiVincenzo now in that backcourt. That is ridiculous, bro.
Right.
They got him and DiVincenzo. So, job well done for Golden State.
One more one I want to bring up.
Atlanta.
Yep.
I still think about this move. This is one of my.
I don't like the fact y'all kept Collins though.
I wish they would have traded him too.
But you got 2 really good shooters, especially Sadiq Bey, who we didn't have to trade much for him. So
it's always good when you get a wing shooter who has the capability of taking over the game.
Yeah, you could have had that. You could have had that.
That's true. And with them having Sadiq Bey, there are games that I can see them winning where he's going to bail out Trae Young, where he's going to bail out the rest of the team just because he's shooting so hot. The more and more I think about this team, I just love the moves they made. I'm getting 2020 vibes from this team, to be honest with you, bro. 2021. I'm getting 2021 vibes with this team. I'm getting 2021. But I'm putting them in my top 3 as winners. I'm not going to put them as 1. I'm going to put the Clippers as 1. I think they won trade deadline. I'll put Lakers as 2, and I'll put Atlanta as 3.
Okay.
That's my top 3 for winners. Golden State, very close there.
I'll go Lakers 1, Clippers 2, and Phoenix 3.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then not the biggest loser got Chicago. Second biggest loser is Portland.
Definitely.
Because the fact that you have no direction at this point whatsoever, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. The fact that you pretty much came out here and said David Lillard is not going to get traded, but you're trading players like if you're selling them, makes no sense.
Yeah, I think the only reason why I put them above Portland is because you got Cam Reddish. I mean, above Chicago, I guess it's because you got Cam Reddish, I guess.
No, they actually did something.
Well, yeah, because they actually tried something. You're right. Chicago literally did not do a one acquisition at all. Yeah, Portland.
I like Portland did, but they did something.
At least they did do something. At least it sucks because Alex and I really liked this group coming into the season, and they had such a promising start as well. And just kind of see it coming down. But I guess have they given up? Have they not given up?
I don't know.
I don't
think they did.
I don't think I want to lean towards that too. I want to lean towards they haven't given up on this group. But I'll tell you, the West, this is the worst place to be right now.
Right.
If you're a team like that, this is the worst place to be. Because I'm sorry, they're not making the playoffs. I'm sorry. They're just not. They're just not making the playoffs. Yep. No.
So Pat Beverly would be missed.
Yes, he would. He would.
Hey, bring him back. Listen, kind of bring him back.
Right? Can we do a Derek Fisher? He gets cut and we sign him back. I'll gladly. Come on.
Pat Beverly will be most definitely be missed.
He will definitely be missed. Yep. I was really hoping he would survive this, but he didn't, and we got Mo Bamba. That was a great move.
Listen, that the needs of the many outweighs the needs of the few.
Hmm?
The needs of the many outweighs the needs of the few.
You're right. But
listen,
yeah.
Anyways, anything else you want to say?
What I want to say is I love the NBA so much. I love that it's just never ending entertainment. It's just never ending.
Remember we thought this trailer was gonna be quiet?
We did say that. Alex and I have a conversation. We were like, I have a feeling nothing's gonna happen. This is gonna be one of the worst trade deadlines. Woo! I'm so happy we were wrong.
No, everything happened.
Everything happened. This is arguably the greatest trade deadline of all time. Yeah, I mean, it's just never ending with this league, man. It's so exciting. I can't wait. The trade deadline was today, and I feel like I've been waiting forever for these games to start.
Right.
Like, I just want to see these new teams.
Play,
I'm so hungry. I can't help it. I can't wait. I just want it to happen. I want to see what's going to happen. This is just great. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. I'm so happy the Lakers actually have a chance. Like, this was horrible, and as a LeBron fan, like, I was just like, is telling him his career just gonna be this? Like, is this what it's gonna be? Is he just gonna go out like that? Not even another playoff run? Not even one more?
No last ride?
Right? No last ride. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least there's hope. You know what I'm saying? There's hope. There's realistic hope with this team. So it feels like there was weight in our shoulders, and it's like lifted right now. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got.
All right. Be sure to subscribe to Mafia Sports Report and Sports Dynasty. Super Bowl this Sunday. Let us know who you got.
Super Bowl this Sunday. I'm going Philly.
You're going to go to Philly?
Yeah, I'm going Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, I'm going Philadelphia as well.
Mm-hmm.
My boy DeMar Smith, I think it's his first ring. And then
I think they will win. I don't want them to win.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I'll say.
All right. Yeah. All right. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. And enjoy these little teams.